I'm Matthew Wilson. We're on my farm, which is Oakwood Farm in near Robertsbridge in East Sussex. The farm is 93 acres, including about 23 acres of woodland and 25 acres of, if you include the hedgerows, which are rather overgrown, and the buildings, etc. And I've lived here all my life. It's been an orchard since 1947. My grandfather bought the farm in 1951, and my father took over shortly after that, and we've been growing ever since. Yeah. We converted to organic production in 1997, and by 2000 we were fully converted. We converted to organic production for two major reasons. One, I really didn't like the way the industry was going, and two, I could see we were being pushed down the supermarket route, and I perceived that the organic route was mainly involved independent wholesalers, box schemes, and independent growers. So that was just up my street. The marketing has been a lot more pleasant than it was before, but the growing side is more difficult because of the pest and disease pressure you can come under that is not always easy to overcome, given a fairly limited arsenal in the chemical and pesticide front. Some of them you can't overcome, but some of them you can overcome by leaving nature to do the work for you. I've always felt that. Well, we grow, I'm not quite sure how many varieties, but it's probably up around coming on for 20. That is in dessert apples and culinary apples, and they're mainly planted because as a succession. You know, we wanted to be able to supply the market with the right fruit in season, so we start off with early varieties and then go through the mid-season ones to the late season varieties, which we didn't have before. You see, they were mainly Cox and Russet and Spartan, and trying to make them see the season through was not possible. Early apples, generally, the very earliest start in the first week in August. This year and one or two other years, we just crept into the tail end of July, and then they can still be termed as sort of early or second early right through into the early September, which is when you start picking varieties that will have a bit of legs on the storage front. So we start with George Cave and then through Discovery and Laxton's Epicure, and then we'll be picking early Windsor and Santana, and they have a bit of leg in the storage front, but it's not until you get to varieties like Fiesta and Cox, Russet, Spartan, Ashmead's Kernel, Adam's Pearmain, and one or two others that you can then start putting them away in the store for up to some of them last right through into March, April the following year. We just store in air. Yes, you don't want to pick them when they're dead ripe, because that reduces the storage life considerably. You can use various tests to ascertain when the best time to pick is. We juice almost anything that won't make it. We don't put rots or anything like that in, but we juice anything that's misshapen, got insect bites, and other defects. And then the pomace, the resultant pomace from which the juice has been expressed, that goes for animal feed. locally. The nice thing about growing so many varieties is that it gives people a choice, and we've found that our customers like 3 or 4, even 5 varieties at any one time, and all we do is go through them as we see they're coming into the best season for them out of the store, and when one runs out at the bottom, we put another one, or runs out of the top, we put another one in at the bottom. I think organic fruit, probably because it's certainly on this farm, it doesn't get pampered quite as much as it would do if it was being produced for supermarket sales. They've got a really concentrated flavour. Doesn't matter what variety they are, they really do taste like the variety should.